Country U.S.A. is a large water park in Williamsburg, Virginia. This park is located just down the road from Busch Gardens Williamsburg, and both parks are part of the SeaWorld chain. This is a great park, and I think it's one of the most underrated water parks in the East Coast. I will explain why in this review. This park originally opened back in 1984. Anheuser-Busch, the owners of the nearby Busch Gardens, purchased the park in 1990 for $8 million, and they began rapidly expanding. Today, the park covers 43 acres, making it the largest water park in Virginia and the Mid-Atlantic. The park is a very light 1950s and 1960s theme. Attractions have stylized signs and maybe a prop or two out front. The rides themselves don't really have too much theming, outside of some structures for the kids' play areas. But that's fine because this park's presentation is excellent. The new slides all have vibrant, eye-catching paint schemes. But more impressively, this park has excellent use of terrain. Many slides are built directly onto the hillside and wind their way down. And there's a ton of tree coverage in this park as well, so many pathways and slides are very well shaded. It gives the park a more natural feel than a lot of other water parks. This also makes it so you cannot see a lot of slides until you're right on top of them. The park layout more or less forms a loop in the front half. Then the back half forms a V-shape with two dead ends. One takes you back to Hubba Hubba Highway, and the other goes back to Rock and Roll Island. But most importantly, this park is a deep attraction lineup. Almost all the slides were fabricated by Pro Slide specifically. You have all the main genres, both in terms of slide type and thrill level. There is something for everyone here. The most notable slide here is Cutback. This is a water coaster that replaced the former Meltdown. I have a separate review for this one already published on the channel. This is a rocket blast model using high-powered water jets to push you uphill. These are swift and soaking, and many directional changes use saucer turns. These two features make this one of the best paced water slides out there. It never slows down. The one con relative to other water coasters is that this one doesn't really have any large drops to it. Instead, you're mostly just weaving side to side, but you will get a tiny bit of airtime at least in the two dips. Moving on to the more standard tube slides, you have a few to pick from. Jet Scream is the park's oldest remaining slide tower. This attraction originally opened as a body slide, but it was later converted to a tube slide. You have 4 different troughs to choose from, and the ride feels noticeably different than modern slides. Rather than riding with the walls, you sort of bounce off of them. Then the ride finishes with a sizable drop. This will cause you to sort of skim across the water, or comically wipe out. Another one of the older slides is Wild Thing. This tube slide is a relatively small tower, but it is a deceptively long ride as it continues down an adjacent hill. The slide is on the tamer side, but it has a very scenic course tucked beneath the trees. Malibu Pipeline has 2 tube slides to pick from. It starts off open, but the second half is enclosed in darkness. It's not too wild, but you do build up good speed by the end, especially because you have a decent sized drop into the splashdown pool yet again on this slide. Then the park's newest slide is Riptide Race. As the name suggests, this is a racing slide. The turns are planned, but the dips are fun. Not only are they quick and abrupt, but the 2 slides are side by side. This visual takes full advantage of the racing element and gets your competitive juices flowing. While the slide does allow you to ride solo, I strongly recommend riding in pairs, otherwise you have a good chance of losing and the slide will feel sluggish. Moving on to the raft slides, you have 3 to choose from. The wildest of the bunch is easily Colossal Curl. This is a tornado wave slide. You have a small mini funnel at the start with a little pop of airtime, but that's just the warm-up. The ride concludes with a large swooping drop. It rips the raft down it, and it offers a delayed pop of airtime. Then the large wall that follows offers some nice weightlessness, and then the ride throws a sudden turn afterwards that'll try to flip the raft. Big Daddy Falls is a unique family raft slide. It's a mild experience, but you have 2 slide segments broken up by a lazy river in the middle. Not many slides do this. Aquazoid Amped is a more traditional family raft slide. This one is entirely enclosed. It used to be in total darkness, but it was upgraded in recent years with multicolored lighting effects and some nice music. The turns on this one aren't too crazy, but there are 2 to 3 solid dips that'll sneak up on you. This park is just one mat slide and nitro racer. Like many of this kind, this one consists of just a quad down, but the terrain use causes the drops to have all different sizes, and since the largest comes first, you build up speed quickly, so the racing element is a rush. You won't get any airtime though. Moving on to the body slides, there are only 2 towers remaining. The most extreme slide in the park is Vantage Point. These are 75-foot or 23-meter tall speed slides. 2 of them go straight down. You push yourself over the edge, and with a good push, you can get a little lift. But I much prefer the trapdoor slides. These are always suspenseful, but this one was especially so because the countdown was not working. Then the plunge is exhilarating. It's nearly vertical, so you'll free fall the whole way down. When you connect back with the slide, you have a fast helix. Despite this slide's speed and power, it is thankfully smooth on your back. The gentler body slides are Jam and Jukebox. These are part of Rock and Roll Island, which is this big area with a series of pools, play structures, and even a lazy river. The park also features more unique lazy river and Hubba Hubba Highway. Rather than riding in tubes, guests don life jackets and slowly float downstream. It is super relaxing. The largest pool in the park is the Surfers Bay Wave Pool. This is a hotbed of activity. Many people stay in the pool for hours bouncing with the waves. Others grab lawn chairs and sunbathe nearby. Then kids will find a few different areas available to them. Rock and Roll Island has a few activities for younger guests, but 3 areas are exclusively for them. H2O UFO and Cowabunga are fanciful areas with some water features and gentler slides. Then the smallest of guests will also enjoy the Lil Surfer Splash Pad. Because of this park's vast attraction lineup and this park's location, a tourist destination, day tickets can be expensive. If you buy them at the gate, you'll pay over $80. But if you buy them online, you can usually save $30 to $35. The park also offers multi-day combo tickets valid for both Water Country and Busch Gardens. I strongly recommend visiting the latter if you're in the area. It is one of the world's best theme parks. These tickets will cost you $140 to $150, but again, if you buy them online, you'll get a $30 to $35 discount. Alternatively, you can purchase an annual pass or membership. Not only will this allow you to visit the park as many times as you'd like in a season, but you also get parking included. And this is a very helpful perk because general parking now costs $30. The lot is located right by the main entrance at least, so it is a short walk to the park. One feature I'm surprised the park does not offer is a shuttle service between Busch Gardens and Water Country. The 2 parks are less than 4 miles apart. If you want to visit this park, you most likely will have to drive, unless you're staying at a nearby hotel that offers a special shuttle service. If you want to maximize your day, I strongly recommend getting there at open. More specifically, you want to arrive 45 minutes before the posted opening time. This is because Water Country typically does not open their parking booths until 30 minutes before open, so this can sometimes cause a bit of a backup on busy days. Then the main gate usually opens 20 minutes before the park officially does, and I strongly recommend already having your bathing suit on when you arrive. This is because Colossal Curl is already open. This slide routinely has one of the longer lines in the park, and it will get a line quickly because it's right next to the main entrance, so it's a race how quickly you can get in that line. Once the park officially opens, I strongly recommend heading towards the back of the park, assuming you've already been on Colossal Curl. I recommend getting a quick ride in Aquazoid Amped, and then go directly to Cutback. The latter routinely is the longest line in the park. It can exceed an hour. Get your rides on it now, or else you'll have to wait later. I would then ride Vantage Point while you're there. This slide has dreadful throughputs as I've routinely seen just one of the trapdoors and non-trapdoor slides available. And then there's usually just one employee at the top, so they have to alternate between the 2 slide types. Then I recommend hitting the slides in the front half of the park in the afternoon. By that point, most guests have started to migrate to the back half of the park. While these slides may still have a short to moderate line, the whole tower should not be filled like they were in the morning. With this approach, it is possible to get on most of the slides in half a day, and you should avoid the worst waits. Slides here can get 30 to 60 minute waits on busy days. If you do encounter heavy crowds, you can purchase Quick Queue. This is a skip the line system. You walk right up to the top of most of the slides, boarding almost instantly, but you will be paying a lot for this perk. Fortunately, most slides at this park are run efficiently. This keeps the lines moving. Employees load slides quickly. Many will send the next tube as quickly as you can board them, even if the rider ahead of you isn't necessarily at the bottom yet. I have only visited this park in the summer, and I've had good luck with all the attractions being available. I have heard some have issues with ride closures early or late in the season though. The attraction most regularly impacted by this is Rock and Roll Island. Two other logistical notes. One, this park has a few different locker locations. One is to the left of the entrance just past Colossal Curl. This is the only one accessible before the park officially opens. You then have lockers available in the middle of the park by Cowabunga and in the back near Cutback. But if you need one, know that these are some of the most expensive water park lockers out there, costing $25 to $35 depending on the size. 2. This park has shoe and sandal holders at the base of most attractions, so you don't have to walk the midways barefoot if you don't want to. Although I personally didn't find the midway too hot to navigate because of all the shade. The final thing I need to mention is food. This park has several stands scattered throughout the park. However, I cannot comment on the food quality. I chose to eat a big breakfast and dinner so I could allot all my time inside the park for the attractions. So, do I recommend Country U.S.A? If you love water parks, I sure do. This is a really good one. The slide lineup is deep and varied. You have a unique water coaster, an intense set of speed slides, and a strong supporting cast of slides. Then you also have some lazy rivers, pools, and play areas to relax in. But beyond the attractions, this park is a great presentation with a hilly wooded setting, and the operations overall are great. How much time will you need? You could easily spend a whole day here, especially if you want time to lounge and re-ride your favorites. But I think you can do most major slides in a half day if you follow my touring plan. That is what I typically do because I want to maximize my time at the nearby Busch Gardens. That is no fault of Water Country. It's more a testament to how exceptional Busch Gardens is. Like I said at the start, Water Country is one of the best water parks in the East Coast. So those are my thoughts on Country U.S.A. What do you think about this park and its attractions? Let me know down in the comments. If you enjoyed this review, I would appreciate if you gave this video a like, and you considered subscribing, because there'll be a lot more roller coaster amusement park videos here at Canopy Coaster. Thanks for watching.